Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast, and I am an ant person.
And apparently I am a dog person despite owning 3 cats. And my name is Putty.
There are only ant persons and dog persons. There are no cat persons.
We're branching out. Alright?
Says the cat social justice Illuminati conspiracy theory. Anyway, this is Netrunner with Teamworkcast.
That's great.
And this is the Euregio tournament. It is the 17th of August at Würfelkiste Aachen. And this is the final round. We have checked our archives and it turns out we have lost in our recordings one of the games against Carl.
No.
I'm sure Carl has won. I'm sure Carl has won.
And what was amazing is he pulled out Wizard as a corporation, or as a and just went through and, Wizard Fast Advance decks. Who knew they existed?
That's another thing that just happened. What is happening right now is me playing against Thorben. Thorben is on the right. He's playing NBN. So we have an NBN versus Andromeda matchup, as in the last video.
I really want to call him Thorben because that's an amazing name, Thorben.
It's like Thor,
Thorben,
the god of thunder.
It's like my favorite sociologist, Thorstein,
and Ben Stiller in one person. So the identities we have here is Andromeda. On the left, I start with 9 cards. And on the right, Thorben is playing NBN, making news. His ability is that, Nick?
He is making news. This is the... hold on. It's coming to me.
Nick, it's a corset identity, Nick. It's a corset. We just had it in the previous video.
I cannot stand NBN making news.
I am cringing at myself a little bit right now.
This is the one that can use the credits for trace attempts, right?
Ah, that's true. Let's see if there's going to be any traces. Because we start the game, Thorben did his mandatory draw.
Is it mandatory? Or...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a voluntary draw. He installs an Ice Run of HQ and gets out, wow, interesting, 2 cards. Huh. I do a sure gamble. I get those monies that I need. Of course, as Andromeda, we say it again, but you have to play 4 cards at the beginning, or you will have to discard, and you will kind of forfeit your special ability. So, I get out a Desperado.
You have a choice here, which is sort of interesting. I was just watching the one podcast, Ludology, on game shows, and you're making a run on HQ.
It is a dirty laundry run, and it is already a Project Beal. Oh, man. And getting money and a Project Beal.
But you have chosen not to press your luck.
You mean checking out the cards? Nah.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Whammies are not for you. Except car alarms, where I'm at, are very popular.
The problem is if, for example, one of those cards could be a Jackson Howard, and then Thorben could deny me easily the money from a Dirty Laundry. And running again on R&D, and I find a second agenda there already. Oh gosh.
Man, everything is coming up. Krystian. Yep.
Snapping that AstroScript pilot program, very, very valuable for me, because this is, of course, one of the cards that Thorben can use to fast advance. Meanwhile, he gets up Melange Money Corp and gets those very, very valuable credits. I discard 1 card because I started the game with 2 Desperados and I just need 1. Running on R&D. No agenda this time around, Nick. I wasn't that lucky.
One day you will be lucky. What was it? Sansan City Grid.
Running again, and I'm finding a... No, wait, oh no, I ran that other card, and I found the Sansan City Grid. Trashed it even.
I mean, you don't want that out there.
One click left. Not sure what to do. Want to keep up the pressure. Getting out a fairy.
Why didn't you just run? I guess you had already run.
I already saw the top card. There's no reason for me to run again. But he gets out. Yes, subliminal messaging, or one of our favorite cards.
It's a blast from the past. A blast from Meta's past.
from Meta's past. Blasting those pasts.
You know what I wish Fantasy Flight would do would be to print original art Netrunner cards.
He draws one more
That'd
card.
be so ugly.
I'm not a fan of those.
It's just it's a product of the time. If you were alive and kicking in the 90s, that is what things looked like. And it was awful.
The 90s sucked.
Yes, they did. But you know what? It's okay because I have my rose-colored glasses on.
Yes, from the 90s.
Yes. Axl Rose Special Edition.
No, I guess that's Axel Foley. Whatever.
Yeah. How do you screw up axles? That's amazing. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of anything.
Anyway, I'm running on... Wow, look at this. I'm running on R&D, and this is a Shinobi.
Shinobi, wow.
That Thorben rests in my face. If I didn't have enough money, I would be dead.
Suddenly, this game just got interesting.
Luckily, I have the ferry here, so I can break it with my ferry. Paying even a little bit money, because it is strength, like, what, 5? 4? I forgot. I haven't encountered... Anytime I encounter this card, I die. Because you rarely res it without...
It is a 7-cost ice. It is a sentry, a tracer, and an AP, and an illicit one. So when you res the Shinobi, you take 1 bad publicity. Trace, trace, trace. It's got 3 trace subroutines. If successful, do 1 net damage. If successful, do 2 net damage. If successful, do 3 net damage, and end the run.
So as a corporation, if you get all the 3 traces through, then you can kill the runner in one during the run with 1 ice. Correct. I run on HQ, and there is a wraparound. I do a special order to get out a Corroder.
Every time somebody says Corroder, Octagon has conditioned me to hear the sound of the Corroder.
What is the sound of a Corroder?
I can't even explain it. It's like sort of static, but it's weird.
Is it something like what the fox says?
What the fox says? Yes.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
Thorben ices up his HQ while I'm still shuffling my stuff. And then it's my turn again, because he just installed that thing and got money, I guess. Running on HQ, it is a Chum. And of course now it's a little bit weird, because, okay, Chum makes... I can break Chum. Chum makes...
Wraparound crazy.
Wraparound a little bit stronger, but I can't break it. I don't have enough money. Oh, I do have enough money. Oh, yes, I do have enough. Still not strong enough for Corroder to cost me more than 2 credits. 1 credit. Doing it again, accessing his HQ again. Thorben has rest Chum there, but it doesn't do him much good. Maybe it would have been wise not to do it. Maybe it was a bluff or something. I found a psychographic, so I know that he will probably do some kind of mid-season shenanigans. Really want to see if there is an agenda on his hand. I can't believe that there is no agenda. Whoops. And of course, because of the bad publicity, running on HQ is free now. Thorben, meanwhile, loses a card. That's important. Now, watch closely, Nick. This was the moment where he swept his hand.
I am so proud of you also for getting rid of your crutch, the die.
This was an accident I haven't packed in this time around.
I don't care. You've abandoned it.
Oh, of course I did it all for you, Nick.
I hope so. I'm like
Meatloaf.
I'm like a coach.
Like
Yeah.
Meatloaf.
You do anything for me, but
Just
you won't.
pounding that HQ to oblivion.
Eventually, you'll find something. If you dig long enough, you'll find something.
He does stress the Chum. The Chum didn't do him much good. He acknowledges. He gets out different ice now, and he gets a credit. 2 credits actually, because he paid 1 for the ice. Thorben is giving himself a hard time because of the Chum, because that was a clear mistake. Running on HQ. I want to see the new ice. Oh, it is a data raven. Ugh.
I wish it was a data mine. I want to see data mines make their way back in.
Let's see what I'm going to do with data raven. It has the ability is it gives me attack if I don't check out right now, but it gives me an opportunity to check out now. Strength 4 sentry. Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm checking out. Whew. Not a very often played card now these days, but it's very effective at keeping runners out.
Yeah.
And if they don't get out, then they get tagged to Kingdom Come.
You know, all it takes is just, one time for it to work. Of course, I mean, in a tournament, you're not going to play that same person again. So you just hope that people don't talk to each other about the games they just had. So you can, trick them.
Yeah.
Just trick them, You know what I'm saying? Just do it.
That's what this game is about. I'm thinking a lot now. I'm trying to figure out what to do now. Running on HQ. R&D, what I saying? R&D. First trace not being increased. Second trace is turned into trace 3, so increased by 1.
Playing trace games with trace.
Yeah, we're trying to I'm gonna pace for a second trace. And the last trace is trace 4. And I'm gonna pay all of those traces.
And I hope this is worth
to
it.
see one card. It's not worth it. But I gave me a chance. That's the worth of such a thing. And of course I get 1 credit back from Desperado. And of course, I'm paying one of the credits with the better publicity I already have. So, it's a little bit cheaper than it would be otherwise. But yeah, it wasn't a very successful run, I would say. Thorben gets out ice in front of an invisible server, a new server. Discussions going on at the neighboring table. First click. Dirty laundry. On archives. Getting all them monies. Planned assault, Nick.
What are you planning to assault?
This allows me to get a run event from my deck and play it immediately. And it is, of course, a legwork. Interesting. I have the impression that there is agendas on his hand.
Is it an impression or more of a hope?
I'm getting a tag. I'm taking a tag from the Data Raven. Mm-hmm. There is a trace going on right now, which gives the Data Raven the token that it gets.
Yeah,
it's a trace 5. I underestimated the strength of the trace on the Data Raven, and it's like, I won't be able to pay this trace.
Whoa!
So Data Raven gets a tag, gets a token. He can use this token anytime to give me a tag. This is not very cool. Breaking wraparound with bad publicity, not cool. Hopefully this pays off. Getting to see 3 cards now. Not an agenda, not an agenda, not an agenda. See, all this aggression for
that
naught.
aggression did not stand.
And I'm removing one of the tags, but there is still a token on Data Raven. Now, of course, I have to kind of find a way out of how to remove that Data Raven, because I have to assume that Thorben has some nasty surprises for me, something like closed accounts, or even maybe something like Scorched Earth.
Do you have like a power shutdown or something like that?
No. Power shutdown would be something that corporation you'd use. You would maybe something like
emergency shutdown.
Emergency shutdown, yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't think I think I do have. I'm not exactly sure. Drawing up cards, trying to figure out a way of doing this. Getting credits. Security testing. My good friend, security testing. I declare a server at the beginning of my turn, and then I get 2 credits the first time I run on the server instead of accessing cards.
Let's see if he puts an ice on the... he did!
He does!
Well done.
Smart man. He knows how to play this game.
Is he using sleeves?
He
is using sleeves. Yeah.
It's just transparent sleeves. And then he gets 2 credits. So he ices up archives to deny me the money from security testing. I security test archives anyway.
You gotta force him to use some money. Although he has quite a little nest egg there. Alright, I guess I'm assuming the orange counters are money.
Yes, they are money. They are actually 1 credit. So he has 7 credits right now. Running on archives, whatever. Throwing caution to the wind. It is a data pike. Not good. I'm being too aggressive. I am impaling myself on his ice.
You're playing more like me, which is strange.
I'm doing that thing where I pay for one of my breakers, so I get below 2 credits, so I don't have to pay the 2 credits for the data pike. So I can still retain at least 1 credit, and of course I still have that bad publicity. And I'm getting a credit. And a passport. Yes.
You know, I need to buy my passport soon.
Maybe it's also to come to Germany, but this passport is a different kind of thing. It's a very cheap code gate breaker that works only for central servers.
Central servers, yeah.
But now, of course, this allows me to attack archives. Thorben installs a card in that external server. My turn. Drawing a card. Drawing a card.
Ooh, you've decided to play something with... Ooh, Dirty Laundry Run.
Dirty Laundry on Archives Run. Together with security testing, that's going to be a very efficient thing, even though I have to break the passport. There's a discussion about how much money I have. I miscalculated by 1 credit. Nick. 1 credit. And then I parasite the Data Raven. I want to remove the Data Raven as long as there is a counter on this. Because if I don't remove this, it might cost me the game. Thorben ices up archives. And gets money. I can see at some point in my future there's going to be an account siphon coming.
Yeah. Is now that time?
Not yet, because now there's still the Data Raven. Security testing the archives still. I don't know if I'm gonna actually run on archives. That would be kind of like dangerous. Drawing a card instead, trying to prepare. Drawing more cards. And playing a fairy, yes. Yes, Nick.
You are in business, sir. I still enjoy your security testing token, by the way.
Yes, it's a proof of purchase token. What are they for? Nobody knows. So I am running on archives, and I'm actually figuring out if I'm gonna break the chump or not. There's lots of math going on right now.
Lots of math?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about. Alright, so at the end it cost me as much money as I got back from this, so I get nothing from this. But I got him to res and ice, so that's nice.
Yeah, you got him to waste some money, but now you're gonna have to waste more money.
Thorben is also thinking. Alright, he installs an ice in front of that server of his, which I think harbors Sands and City Grid right now. What do you think, Nick?
You think it's a Sense and City Grid?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that he has been behind this entire game and he's sick of it. Thorben is done, and you're about to feel the strength of Mjolnir. Mjolnir's
Maybe he's slowly
evil
stabilizing. I mean, he's getting his ice defenses up and stuff like that. I just do a dirty laundry and not dirty laundry, daily casts to get up some money. I'm kind of struggling financially all this game.
Yeah.
But the virus tokens on the Parasite on Data Raven are building up, so Data Raven gets slowly destroyed there. Thorben installs a card in that server now. So I'm kind of like struggling. What could it be? Is that an APD that he's trying to score out with Sands and City Grid? Who doesn't even have the money. He does have the money.
Mm-hmm. He's moneyed
but
up.
Not if I attack something.
I'm looking at your quick hole articles. Krystian runs on the remote server. What happened next will be amazing.
The third click changed my world.
The third click took my breath away.
You won't believe what happened on fourth click. Oh, I'm running on Archives to get one data sucker token. And then Thorben smells the problem here, and he gives me a tag with a Data Raven token. He smells what's coming.
What happened next?
Now I'm running on the Data Raven. I trash the Data Raven using my one Data Sucker token. Sadly, still having a tag, and then break the rest with bad publicity. And I see one card, and it is an agenda. It is
well played, sir.
Character assassination. So I'm at 6 points now. 1 point more, and I win the game. Account siphon! Final click. I guess I'm not counting the clicks correctly with my tokens thing.
Usually you flip it over before you do stuff.
Ah, look at him. Thorben steals, spends some money, and of course it is the Sands and City Grid that he's been hoarding there all along. So I'm not using the account siphon's ability. Instead, I will just access cards. And ooh, there was a mid-seasons there, so Thorben is prepared to do nasty things when I score the thing. He can actually play mid-seasons. But instead he uses the Sands and City Grid to score out Astroscript pilot program. As long as Sands is up. I don't know if it makes sense for me to even trash Sands at this point, because next agenda wins the games anyway. Maybe I can nibble an agenda somewhere and win the game just like that. And he also trashes the thing that was installed in the server with Sands and City Grid because it wasn't an upgrade, so he had to trash it because he used the Astroscript pilot program to score it on the Sands and City Grid. I'm running on his HQ, running again on his HQ.
Still traced.
Oh, I forgot that I put my security testing on HQ. So I'm running in HQ again and doing the security testing with my second round, so to speak. So, because I forgot the security testing on HQ. And I accessed cards even though I wasn't supposed to. I'm doing inside job on R&D. I'm trashing the melange I find there. And I'm removing the tag that plagued me all this time. Dodge that Data Raven bullet there, Nick. Dodged it a little bit.
You did. I'm sort of surprised he didn't try to capitalize on it.
I don't think he has a way of doing this in his hand right now. Or else he would have probably done it already. Sands still up, still being a danger right now. Any agenda he draws, he can score it immediately. So I really need to maintain an R&D lock there. doing a security testing now. The security testing is great because I can pay for the wraparound with bad publicity, so I get 3 credits from this. It's as if it wasn't there. Running on HQ again, still just seeing the mid-seasons. Mid-seasons is like useless right now, because if I score agenda, he won't be able to play, the game will be over, he won't be able to play it anyway, so I'm not worried about mid-seasons too much anymore. Oh man! Thorben is catching up, he scores out BL with the Sands and City Grid. Not good, but now of course he doesn't have any money anymore, so maybe it's a good time for me to trash that Sands and City Grid.
I would say so.
Daily casts runs out.
It's always disheartening to see the runner do so well at the beginning of the game and then kind of peter out.
Well, it was Thorben was bound to catch up at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
I've left that Sands and City Grid open for way too long. Get on the Mimic. And so I'm able to break sentries now.
Yeah, you're
running on R&D. Look at me. I'm being aggressive. I'm running on R&D and getting through that.
You've been aggressive this whole game. You're not being aggressive. You are.
Shinobi with the data suckers in the Mimic. And then running on HQ again. I'm ignoring the Sands and City Grid. Interesting. And that's the game, that's the final thing, the final character assassination. I run on HQ and find the agenda.
I was worried
the offending
for you.
agenda.
He was just drawing nothing but ice, huh?
It was a risky game for me in two terms. First, the play with Data Raven was kind of like a risky thing, and I was glad I was able to defuse that situation. And of course, at the end, ignoring that Sands and City Grid was kind of like a gamble. I'm glad it paid out.
I'm glad as well. You're on like a winning streak now. It's impressive.
I'm doing pretty well at this tournament, I have to say. Like at this point, people were telling me that I might be like in the top few spots. I might be even win because there were two excellent prizes. The top 2 would get a alt art private security force, which is the rarest alt art there is, and it's also quite a beautiful alt art. And I was like, the people were talking to me that I could maybe win it, and it got me excited about this, but sadly I didn't win it.
I'm sorry. What should I ask? What place you ended up?
I forgot. Sadly, I forgot. But we're moving on to the second game. I hope you will join us in the second game, which is going to be the last game of this tournament next time around. Until then, we have and will always be hacking the planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
We've done it, yes. Old hat.